As I stood amidst the burning embers of my high school, all I could think was, good riddance. I was one of the first to get the sickness. The abdominal pain was unbelievable. 14 out of 10 on the pain scale. It felt like someone had set a rabid rat loose to run amok through my intestines, gnaw its way through my kidneys, then drag my raw, bleeding internal organs out of my esophagus. Not fun at all, I say. The shunning started a couple days before my month-long hospital stay ended. That's when my parents and siblings suddenly stopped coming to visit. The hospital staff even took me from my nice room and shoved me in a dark hole somewhere. I wound up walking home, where my family refused to either look at or speak to me. I didn't care. They'd abandoned me. I didn't want to talk to them either. Fortunately, I've never been very popular, and I've generally been okay with that, so when I returned to school, I didn't mind that the others shunned me. Then some of the other students who'd gotten sick started to return. They didn't take the shunning as nicely as I did. Take Beth Roberts, for instance. She'd been one of the popular girls. She went absolutely nuts when they shunned her. One day I found her sitting on her friend's desk, screaming into her face. The friend didn't even flinch. This angered Beth so much that she stormed out and pushed one of her former cheerleading teammates, Gina Francis, down the second-floor stairwell. Gina was in a body cast for a month. The thing that hurt the most was how I was shunned by my beloved teachers. I was always a good student. I deserved better. One incident during finals week really stands out clear to me. My favorite English teacher, Mrs. Stellan, angrily shushed the class, then held up my essay exam I had written and shook it viciously at the class, demanding, "Who wrote this? Did you get a good laugh, you sicko?" I didn't claim it, of course, but I don't know why she was asking, since I'd put my name on it. We, the shunned, could only take so much of this treatment. One Wednesday night, we met on the football field. Although we didn't do much talking, we were in complete agreement. When we went to school the next day, we were going to mess that place up. Windows were broken, tires slashed, lunches torn from hands and thrown across the cafeteria. Crowds of kids were pushed downstairs, and others were tossed over railings that day. Still, no one said a word to us. We did this for a month. One weekend, there were huge trucks full of salt pouring out long white lines of the stuff in intricate patterns around the school. For some reason, the shunned can't cross them. Priests were involved. There was a lot of chanting. The principal lit the match. Good riddance. My sister Taylor died in a horrible accident. I'll never forget my mother's face when she saw her bare, blood-stained feet that still twitched as they protruded from beneath the lawnmower. She had been playing under the heat of the sun in the back garden as Dad mowed the lawn. Dad looked away for a split second, and that was all it took. Taylor walked out in front of the lawnmower, and he couldn't stop it in time. Taylor was already dead beneath it. Blood began pooling out and seeping into the soil. Mom screamed, and Dad dropped to his knees, crying. Nobody called an ambulance. Nobody did anything. For 10 whole minutes, it was just vacant stares before coming to their senses, and seeing me staring wide-eyed at the bloody scene and sending me up to my room, telling me to stay there. My bedroom window gave me a good view of the back garden, so I watched my parents through the cracks of the blinds. Mom was crying as she held open a big black bin for Dad, who was in the process of carefully pulling out parts of my sister and being even more gentle as he lowered them into the bag. It was 4 hours before they eventually got most of her out of the lawnmower. They had brought Taylor's remains inside, and 1 hour later, Dad came up to my room, looking pale and sickly. "Do not leave this bedroom, no matter what you hear," Dad said before shutting the door and going back downstairs. And later that night, I did hear weird things at around 3 a.m. I heard my parents chanting something in unison, in words I could not understand. Then the inhuman wails echoed from downstairs. Something evil was loose in our house. It was in the walls and in our minds, rummaging around the brain in search of our deepest fears. I never saw it, but its presence was undeniably felt, and it instilled upon me a blood-curdling terror which I had never felt before. I covered my head with my pillow and laid for hours in my bed, wide-eyed, drenched in sweat, and cowering with fear. Everything had gone silent by the time the sun was beginning to creep in through the window. I hesitantly got out of bed, still shivering, and cautiously made my way downstairs. Halfway down the stairs, I noticed the familiar sound of something sizzling away on a frying pan, and the wonderful smell of bacon filled my nostrils. I walked into the kitchen and screamed. Taylor was sitting at the kitchen table next to Dad, all crudely sewn up and expressionless, chewing on a raw piece of bacon as she stared blankly through white glossy eyes. Mum smiled when she saw me. "Taylor is all better now," Mum said, smiling as she flipped the bacon in the pan. "Sit down next to your sister and have some breakfast." The hour is late. The moon has risen. The heat of the day is fading fast. Let's take a stroll, you and I, as lovers often do. Swiftly we sweep into the night. Fingers interlaced, I feel only a bit of resistance from you. Some slight hesitancy to slow our jaunty progress. But no matter. We will get there in time. Through streets lined with shadows we slip unnoticed. No one sees. No one knows. No one can stop our progress. Only a block now, and look, there's our spot. The lovely little grove of trees we spent so many happy afternoons in. Why do you resist me now? Is it the fight we had? I know it got a little out of control by the end, but it's over now, and I'm sorry, love. I promise it won't happen again. It can never happen again. Only a little farther now, and, here we are. The branches overhead shielding us from the moonlight. Please stop fighting me so hard. It's been a bit of a walk, and you're getting heavier by the moment. I see the dirt and sticks gathering in your long and beautiful hair. It's making me sad. Making me sad again. Only a little more now, a little deeper into the trees. I've made a place, a special place just for you. If you're going to insist on just lying there, well, I can work with that.
Nice girls don't raise their voices.
I tried to keep my voice down. I really did. But when I get excited or scared, I can't help it.
Nice girls don't stomp or slam doors.
I try to apologize to make them happy again. But when I've had a bad day, or when they've been extra mean, I forget my own strength.
Nice girls smile with their teeth.
So I smile a big, toothy smile, and he only gets madder.
Nice girls have straight, white teeth.
I don't know how to change the shape of my teeth or make them any less black. I've tried asking how, but nice girls don't ask for ridiculous things.
Nice girls don't wear their gloves and shoes in the house.
I take them off, even though I'm cold. Mother frowns.
Nice girls have 10 fingers and 10 toes.
I have too many fingers and not enough toes, and that makes her mad. I try not to cry or scream or hit because those aren't nice girl things to do. I even hear their voices in my dreams.
Nice girls eat their vegetables. Nice girls
eat their vegetables. Nice girls don't break things. Nice girls don't read scary books.
Nice girls don't
talk to strangers. Nice girls keep their clothes clean. Nice girls
Nice
don't walk
girls
on their
don't
toes.
walk on their toes.
Nice girls say,
Nice
I love
girls
you.
say,
Nice
I
girls
love you.
have nice friends.
Nice girls have nice
have
friends.
whites in their eyes.
Nice girls have whites in their eyes. Why can't you be a nice girl?
I decide I will become a nice girl. I take some paint from the garage, Mother's sewing kit, and Father's gardening shears. I'm only borrowing these things because nice girls don't steal. I squirrel them up in my room and get to work. First, use the shears to get rid of one finger from each hand. So, now there are only 10 instead of 12. Then, I take the fingers, cut them in half. So one half from each to my feet. Now I have 10 toes instead of 8. It's messy and it hurts, of course, but I can't be a nice girl if I complain too much. Finally, I use the paint, which is white, and a brush to paint my teeth and eyes. The paint tastes awful, but I had to use a lot to obscure the shapes of my teeth. As for my eyes, they sting a little. I can barely see. I smile, and I make my way downstairs to show my new nice girl look. Maybe now they'll be happy again, like when I was little. Father sighs, shakes his head. Mother scowls.
Nice girls don't make bloody messes.